Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Another video today. Sorry in advance if my voice doesn't sound good because I have a cold last couple of days, so it is a little bit hard for me to sound good. Anyway, this video today is very different, very unique from the videos that I do from this channel because the content is way different. I was talking with one of my subscribers last week, Angus. Angus, thank you very much for watching my videos and supporting me. And we were talking about music, and then we went the discussion to physical media. Then when I told him I'm collecting video games as well and movies, then he asked me why not do some video game ranking, and then we ended up talking about the new Resident Evil Requiem. So he asked me why you don't do Resident Evil games ranking. And here we are now to do Resident Evil games ranking, all not only the main line, but all Resident Evil games. Leave a comment below. What do you think about this content? Should I do it on this channel? Should I stay and keep it only for music? Let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment below. Subscribe to my channel, please. It's free. You don't have to pay nothing. It's a big support for me. Before I start the ranking, I have to say that I'm not going to rank the two online multiplayer games, Resistance and Reverse. Besides that, I think they're not available anymore. They took them down from the server as well. And I don't own a physical copy of Umbrella Corps game as well, so I'm gonna tell you when it's time to do the ranking. I'll tell you where it sits on my ranking. I divided all the games in two main categories. One are the arcade shooters, I call them, and the other ones is, okay, some shooter games, but more with storyline and more main games. So I'm gonna rank first all the arcade shooter games, the Survivor series, and the Dark Side Chronicles and stuff. So let's start from the arcade shooters first. I have games from different consoles, and I have in different formats like PAL, Japanese as Biohazard, and American copies as well. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of everything. I didn't want to stay in like one main console. So let's start with, let's say, my least favorite. I'm not gonna say more about those kind of games, because for me they're games that you spend your time, you kill time, like half an hour, you have a free 1 hour, you put one survival game, you just play with your gun or with a mate together, you shoot zombies. It's very similar to House of the Dead games and Time Crisis. So last on my list, Gun Survivor 4, Biohazard. The next one is Gun Survivor 2, based on Code Veronica. So you'll see I skipped Gun Survivor 3 because Gun Survivor 3 is based on Dino Crisis game. So it's not Resident Evil, so that's why it's not here. Then I'm gonna put above them the original first Survivor game on PlayStation 1. Then next one, these three games are just a little bit better than the other ones, in my opinion, of course. Resident Evil Dead Aim for PlayStation 2. And then the two best games of this category is The Umbrella Chronicles, and of course my favorite from these ones is The Dark Side Chronicles. That you play Leon and Krauser together, and that's how they explain on Resident Evil 4 their, let's say, relations, how Leon knew about Krauser when you were playing Resident Evil 4, the original one. So let's go to the mainline games, if we could say. My least favorite, of course, is for the Game Boy, the Resident Evil Gaiden. I have it original copy as Biohazard Gaiden for Game Boy Color. It's not a bad game. I liked it, especially when you shooting games is open up the screen and then a bar runs left or right and then has a mark, so you have to tap when the cursor is close to the mark, so the better shot you do. Not bad. I don't have the English copy of that game because it's super expensive. I'm not gonna spend like $500, $600, $700 for a Game Boy game. I always go like sensible with my buys, but I did buy it as a reproduction copy. Although the shell is original Game Boy, it is a color though. So I played the game on English language, which was fine with me. And the next one on my listing is Resident Evil The Mercenaries 3D for Nintendo 3DS. Sorry about that. This one is based on the Mercenaries mini game that is on Resident Evil 5. So they have 5 characters from Resident Evil 5 game. They added 2 from Mercenaries from Resident Evil 4 game. And then they have 1 character that is it's unique and first time on Mercenaries stages is Claire. She's never been before in those type of, let's say, mini games. This one doesn't have a storyline. It's just stages with time, and then you have to do the most points, the most killings. Simple as. This edition contains a demo of the Revelations game for the 3DS. So I got it both, this one and the other one that was released without the demo. As I said, I'm collecting, try to collect most variety and different copies of games. So let's go to the next one. Next one is the game that I don't have on physical copy, as I told you before, is The Umbrella Corps. Is as Call of Duty, we can say, Battlefield game online, but not very great. Game mechanics, they're not very good. Yeah, a little bit lagging on the graphics as well, I would say. It's super expensive, more than $200. I'm not gonna buy that game on this stage. Yeah, maybe in the future if I have to complete 100% video game collection with all formats, all games, yeah, maybe, but at the moment I wouldn't bother buying it. Next one, and it's the last game of that kind of shooting kind of Call of Duty games, is this one, Operation Raccoon City, and it's the best of these kind of games. It's about the mercenaries that they go to Raccoon City. Yeah, good game, but not my style. I don't like playing 100% shooter games. I like when a game has shooter elements, but not to be 100% shooting as Call of Duty and stuff. I don't play these games as well, so that's why for me goes so low. Next one is a game that I bought it after I finished Resident Evil 4 back in the day, and I didn't like it at all because I wasn't familiar with the gameplay of the game, and I'm talking about Resident Evil Outbreak. It's, let's say, you play cooperative kind of missions. It's not like one game at all. It's like, I think it was five, can't remember, 5, 6 missions, can't remember. Every one of the characters that are available have different kind of abilities. Let's say one police officer has a handgun, the other one security guard has a shotgun, the pharmacist, she has some herbs, a backpacker carries more items, so you have to guide them safely out from the infected area with zombies. I didn't like the game. I didn't like... I like my games to have a bit more action. Here was a bit different, and plus no main characters of the main game, so eventually I never played it. After I just spent some time with this one, I just put it aside, and that was it. Next one is the second part, File 2. Just a bit better, but the same as I said to before, to the number one. It's not my thing, these games. That's why I played them once and then didn't touch them much. Next one we have Resident Evil 6. One of the longest Resident Evil games, 4 big campaigns. You have a partner as well, Leon and Helena, the son of Wesker, with I think it was Sherry. Then you have Chris and his partner, I can't remember the name now. Then the fourth one is Ada. The game is like way more shooter than the standard Resident Evil games. Doesn't have very scary zombies and situations. I don't like the cinematics when you have to press the buttons. They took that from Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 had it a little bit. Here they have it a lot, all of the time. I don't like that. I found it very boring, the game. After I finished it, I never went back. For me, it was very forgettable, this game. So next one, we go the first game, Resident Evil, PlayStation 1. What can we say about this game? This game started everything. The horror is there. Some puzzles as well. Was very unique for back in the day to combine a little bit horror and a little bit shooting, puzzles, and I think it was a success. That game, as we remember, released back in '96. So great game. Next one, Revelations 2. Very forgettable game for me. You do have partners here as well, Claire and Barry, kind of as a second story, second scenario. It is a little bit scary, has the elements of survival horror. I didn't like the enemies though. I don't know, for some reason I didn't like the game. Not at all. Claire is with Barry's daughter, Moira, in the prison, escaped. Started a little bit similar, like kind of Code Veronica. Then we have, has that vibe of Code Veronica, but it is a bit gory, has a lot of blood. Sorry. But I didn't like it. The raid mode, though, they have a raid mode. It's like a mini games as the Mercenaries. It's very easy, way easier than the first Revelations raid mode, and I quite enjoyed it. It has a lot of variety of weapons and it's enjoyable. Most of the times if I play this one, I play the raid mode. I don't play the storyline. I finished it once and that's it. Next one, probably you won't agree with me, many of you, but that's okay. Resident Evil 0. I noticed many of you have it way down on the list because it doesn't have item boxes on the game, so you have a small item capacity and you have to leave your item on the ground. I didn't find it big problem, this one, because once you learn memorize the map and you know from where you're gonna run most of the times, you just go there and you leave strategically in a strategic place your items, and every time that you cross from there you just get what you need. So it wasn't a big issue for me. This game with the other game, the Resident Evil 1 remake, they look stunning. The graphics are amazing. They have that photographic graphics which are amazing. That's the strong part of the game. Besides that, the enemies. I didn't like the enemies. The storyline is a little bit not great. It was good to see Rebecca to have her own video game as a main character. I wouldn't mind. I jump on these games, on this game here and there sometimes. It's not a bad game. It's not the best though, but yeah, not bad. Resident Evil 0. Next one we have Resident Evil 2 or Biohazard 2, the original game, of course, with the two different discs, Leon and then Claire. Leon as a rookie, first time we see Leon on Resident Evil 2. Way big improvement from Resident Evil 1, way better, let's say, facilities and places, better weapons, and besides is the Mr. X that is chasing you through the game, which is great, gives that extra to the horror because you have to escape him, and of course you have to do the different kind of storyline endings, like the scenario A, scenario B, which are connected, especially in one spot where Claire has to choose to get the machine gun or the backpack, so can leave the other item for Leon. It was a good game. It was a good game. That's one of the good Resident Evil games. Next one we go with the next game in the series, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. A little bit better improvement here, a little bit better, let's say, places. Instead of Mr. X, you have a Nemesis here chasing you, which is good, and I think it's on hard difficulty. If you kill him, gives you rewards you. You get ammo, you get like parts to upgrade your weapons. I think first time we see upgrading parts on Resident Evil game. I think it's on this one, if I'm not mistaken. It's a very good game. You play a small mission with Carlos, one of the mercenaries, so you play with him as well for a little bit to try to find the vaccine, the serum for Jill. Good game, I enjoyed it. It's always a solid choice for me. Next one, give me a moment. Thank you. Next one, you're not gonna like it, most of you. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. This is by far the scariest Resident Evil game, by far, 100%. Absolutely scary. Like, more than Silent Hill games, kind of. Why so low on my ranking? First of all, we have first time first person view. I believe that Resident Evil game is built for a third person view. So for me, it doesn't work at all. This is not a Resident Evil game. Sorry, that's my opinion. First person, no good for me. Second, we don't have any of the known characters from the other Resident Evil games. We have a new guy, Ethan, which is not skilled, is not, let's say, military, no background of that. He's just looking for his missing wife. Yeah. Although the bosses here, the great, especially Jack Baker, is amazing and scary, becomes very boring, very repetitive for me, and yeah, gives you a good choice which one you're gonna save, his wife or one girl that helped his wife through the storyline. I don't know. I didn't like this game. I finished it once and then I struggled to play a second time because I wasn't even interested. So that's why it goes so low on my list. Next one. You're not gonna like this as well, but Resident Evil Remake. Resident Evil Remake. Yeah, I didn't like it. Looks way different than the original one. Of course, it's way better graphics. As I said, with the Resident Evil Zero photographic pictures are the graphics amazing. I didn't like the add of Lisa Trevor and the storyline, the crimson heads that you have to burn the zombies after you kill them because they transformed. I don't know, some kind of stuff that sometimes I noticed the camera wasn't great. You would get confused a little bit by the angles of the camera. Definitely it needs a remake, like Resident Evil 2, 3 or 4 as well, because I think still has a lot to give as a game. But at this stage for me, I keep only the great graphics and nothing else. Next one. One of the hardest games, I have to say. And I'm talking about Code Veronica. It's the second game that we have with Claire. First one was Resident Evil 2. When we first met her, that we found out she was Chris's sister. Here she's in an island, she escapes. Yeah, something about the cameras here as well, that's a bit the weak part. And I have to say, doesn't give you enough ammo, so you have to be more running and avoiding in some situations to save for the bosses. We have a new type of enemies, the Bandersnatch, which is so hard to beat. That Steve character on the game, he looks a bit silly to me, but it's a very good game. It's a very dark game. Definitely needs a remake, this one, to fresh up the series. It's a solid, let's say, choice for me if someone wants to give some challenge for him, because it is a bit hard of a game. Resident Evil Code Veronica. Next one, I will go with Resident Evil 3 remake. The only reason that is going a bit back on my list and not very high, although most of the people, they rank it even lower. I don't think it's for very low. It's a bit underrated game. Basically, it's the same as Resident Evil 2 and 4 remakes, like similar graphics. The gameplay, you have the dodging. Yeah, Nemesis chasing you. Of course, it's a bit overwhelming all the time. He's just breaking through walls and chasing you and stuff. But stunning graphics. It is a little bit short than the original Resident Evil 3. They cut some of the storyline, but at the same time, when you can finish it very quickly, so you can replay without getting bored easy again. So that's what I did with this game. I think it's the only game that I played it so many times. My first time that I finished it, I replayed and replayed, and I enjoyed it. I didn't feel any bored. I have to say that Carlos part on the hospital looks amazing, with the hunters and all these zombies that he has to kill. Yeah, great game. Resident Evil 3 remake. Next one, I will go with a very underrated game as well, Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5, many people, they didn't like that is in Africa. Yeah, it's very bright, it's not very scary, of course, I understand that, but it's great, keeps some game mechanics from Resident Evil 4. You have the scoring kind of game mechanic. You kill enemies, you get points, you upgrade your guns as it was in number 4, so works fine with me here. You find treasures as well. The only letdown for me is it's not very scary, it's about the AI. You have a Sheva as a partner, and sometimes she will just spend unnecessarily herb items, or she will just spend all her ammo on doing whatever she wants to do, and it's not great, the AI. That's the thing. Then if you get that edition that I show you, includes Lost Nightmares and Desperate Escape. It's 2 different small storylines and explain how Chris lost contact with Jill. That's why it is the main storyline on Resident Evil 5. Chris is looking for Jill. And then you have Desperate Escaped. While Chris is chasing Wesker, Jill is trying to escape the island with the help of another mercenary guy. Yeah, people didn't like Wesker here because he was superhuman. I found it amazing. That's the best version of Albert Wesker here on this game. His whole outfit, his moves, amazing. The best villain for me, Albert Wesker, by far, especially on this game. He looks sick. They didn't like, of course, when Chris had to punch that boulder, but definitely this needs a remake. Maybe if they would put in the game that Chris is infected with the T-virus and gives him a bit superhuman power as well, so that's why he can punch the boulder and make it more believable on a remake. That would be a great idea, or remove that part of punching the boulder. Anyway, I really enjoyed it, this game, finished it so many times. One of the good games of the series, Resident Evil 5. Next one we have very underrated game for me, Resident Evil Revelations. Everyone is blasting this game because it was released for the 3DS. Okay, but 3DS is a limited capabilities console. For the 3DS, that game is amazing, but they did it HD versions as well as the one that I have here on PS4. You can play this one, no problem. Storyline is in the ship. Jill is looking for Chris. The opposite this time. The enemies are very good. And we have here as well the raid mode that was on Revelations 2 as well, which is way harder, and especially the ghost ship stage is amazing. Of course, the rewards are amazing. You get crazy weapons and stuff if you finish it. And here we have for the first time that game mechanic that Jill, she's scanning the blood, the leftover blood on the floor from zombies and stuff. So she fills up the machine that she carries, and after you fill it up 100% gives you a herb. That's the game mechanic that they took and put it on Requiem, where you have to get with the blood collector blood from some zombies, if you can remember. So I think that's from where they got that idea and put it on the Requiem. For me, it's a great game. I always play this one. I always play the raid mode as well. Great game for me. Definitely, though, it needs a remake as well. Resident Evil Revelations. Next one, I have to go with Resident Evil Village. Yeah, I know, first person for me, no good, of course, but the game is good. The game is really good, way better than Resident Evil 7. It has a little bit elements of Resident Evil 4 because you get some points, you have the merchant, you buy stuff, has that game mechanic that makes you more interested in playing and killing enemies. You play against werewolves and stuff. It's not zombies, but yeah, it's like kind of as Resident Evil 4 in a European village. It works well with me. The villains, amazing. I didn't like though the stage on the factory with that... I can't remember his name, that guy in the factory, the villain. Ethan here is way much more improved as a character, more confident, we can say, more angry, because at the start Chris killed his wife without explaining him why. And then at the end you play as Chris as well. Has some very horror elements, especially when you play, I think it's the second place that you have to go with that big fetus baby that is chasing you to eat you. Super scary. It's a great game. For me, it worked well. I finished it many times. I really enjoyed this game, Village. Next one, we have 4 more left. Okay. I will go with Resident Evil 2 Remake. What can we say? One great game, and they make it even greater. Great graphics, Leon and Claire, first time they meet. Leon is a rookie. Amazing, they designed him amazing, all his moves and stuff, really great. Ada Wong, she looks great on this game. They added a bit more elements, like when you play with Claire, that they added the orphanage section. Yeah, it's a great game. What can we say? I think these games from now on is all 10 out of 10. If you really liked the original Resident Evil 2, this one, you're gonna be amazed. Great playing, so many weapons, great enemies. Great game, guys. Great game. 10 out of 10. Amazing game. Resident Evil 2 Remake. Next one is the last game of the series, Resident Evil Requiem. What do we have here? We have first person, but we have a third person as well. You have a choice. That they should have done with Biohazard 7 and Village as well, to give you the option. Yes, you can play the game as first person, new element of the game, but for lovers of third person view, yes, we have the game made it as a third person as well. This is a combination of Resident Evil let's say, 2 and Resident Evil 4, this Requiem. When you play with Leon, is like Resident Evil 4. Like Leon goes with his guns, create a chaos, kill everything on his way. As Grace, it's more survival horror. It's more like dark, more horror. You have that big girl is chasing you like Lisa Trevor. Then you have that big chunky guy, looks like the baby from Village, is trying to eat you. Great. You have the element, that element from Revelations. As I said, you have the blood collector collecting blood. Then you do bullets with that. You do herbs. You do so many stuff. You collect coins, and then you go, let's say, and exchange them, get other stuff. Great game mechanics. Great game mechanics. Of course, they have a section with Leon with a motorbike there. He does some crazy stuff that was a bit unnecessary, but hey, it's just zombies. You're killing zombies and stuff, which is not real as well. So let's not be so hard about it, you know. For me, I was very surprised to be so good at that game, because after Resident Evil 7 and 8 Village, I thought it would be around there, but this game is way, way better in every way. It's 10 out of 10. Amazing game. Yeah, what can I say? I enjoyed it. And still, I'm going to keep playing that, do more trophies, 100%. It's a game that you get addicted to. Amazing game for me. 10 out of 10. Guys, you have to play this game. Resident Evil Requiem. As you all know, we reached the final 2. The game that I'm gonna put in second place, it is better than the game in the first place. But I have that game in first place for other reasons, and I will explain myself. I'll go for place 2, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Great game. What can we say? They took a masterpiece and they make it even better. If you want to play Resident Evil 4, just play the remake. You don't have to play the original. Like, great game, guys. Great game. They added later on the DLC with separate ways. You play as Ada as well. Great game. What can we say? Improved gameplay, improved enemies. Even Ashley. She's not that. I was a bit stupid in the first game. Like, now it's very mature. Like, very into the action, interacting with Leon. What can we say, guys? 10 out of 10 game. Great game. Great game. Honestly, like, you have to play this game. If you like Resident Evil, you have to play this one. It's the best game of the series for me. Resident Evil 4 Remake, second place. And on number 1, I will put original Resident Evil 4. I'll show you the Japanese Biohazard cover, and I'll show you from back in the day PlayStation 2 as well. Not only a 10 out of 10 game. And why I have it on first place? Because that's a game. It's not only one of the best Resident Evil games ever made, but one of the best games ever made, especially for back in the day. For 2003, I think was released, or 4. I think it's 4, but maybe I can be mistaken. That's all right. And still holds up for the next generations. That is something that this game does, and not the remake. They released the remake. Now they released Requiem. maybe they're going to release more games. We had other games from other series that they say, oh, maybe it's the game of the year or maybe game from the decade. They don't say that about Resident Evil 4 remake. But for this one, still now people, they say one of the best games ever. Because for its time was so ahead from its time. All the game mechanics, everything. What can we say? It was like phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like the merchant, you upgrade your weapons. It didn't had that before Resident Evil. You collect the points, the enemies, the graphics, amazing. They pushed PS2 to the limits. Amazing, amazing. For these reasons, deserve to be number one. Not because it has nowadays the best graphics. Of course, PlayStation, the Resident Evil 4 remake is better on the graphics and on gameplay than this one. Of course. But as what represents this game is number one, will always stay number one because became part of history, of video game history. That's why I put it on number one. And for that reason, for me, always gonna stay number one. So Resident Evil 4, the original, is my top game, my top Resident Evil game. And that was the Resident Evil games ranking. I tried to make it quick video because there's too many stuff to show. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. Tell me your thoughts. Do you want me to do more videos like that? Give me some ideas and subscribe to my channel, guys. It's free. You don't have to pay nothing. It's gonna be big help for me. And thank you for watching. And until next time, see you. Bye.